What's going on, YouTube Trucker Nation? Figured I'd pop in and check in with you guys. Spit a little bit of some newbie knowledge out to you, because I'm a newbie. And some people watching videos are newbies. New to the industry, new to trucking. So I'll pass along a little bit of information for you guys. So I'm sitting here in Illinois, getting loaded. They make kinetic colored sand here, which is pretty cool. I think Crayola, some other companies make it, so it's pretty cool. I've been sitting here for about an hour now. I just backed into the dock, and they're loading me now. And I started thinking, I was like, you know, what I should have done last night is I should have done a couple of things. I stayed at a Petro last night, which is about an hour drive away from the pickup location here. And as I was driving here, I drove past the Loves, which is literally like 5 miles away. So I'm kind of kicking myself in the rear end. So I started my time today to drive over here. So I started my clock, did my pre-trip inspection, of course. Always do your pre-trip inspection. Drove for about an hour here, sat for about an hour, waiting before I could even go into the dock. And now they're loading me, which could take another hour or two off of my clock for today. So what I could have done is one of two things. Number one, I could have possibly stayed here on their property in their lot. Since I was already here, I didn't have to start my drive time. I know that my Qualcomm system that we have doesn't put you on drive time until you have driven a mile. So as long as you keep it underneath a mile, it's not going to automatically kick you on. So if I stayed here last night, then I'm already on the property. I could have just moved a couple hundred feet, backed into the dock, or waited to be my turn to get loaded, and then sat here while I was being loaded and not have to start my clock, which could have saved me, you know, upwards in the amount of, you know, 3, 4, even 5 hours off of my clock, off of my time for the day. So that was one thing that I could have done. When you guys get out here in the industry, you'll find out which shippers and receivers allow you to stay on their lot. Some of them don't. As you get out here, you know, you'll figure out which ones do. A second option that I could have done is there's that Love's truck stop, which is, like I said, about 4 or 5 miles away. Now, my understanding, and if I'm wrong, I'm sure someone will correct me, I could have gone on personal conveyance. So this morning when I got up, I could have gone on personal conveyance, driven the 5 miles here, and then sat here, did the same thing, sat here for an hour off of my drive time. I didn't start it for the day. And then sat here while I was being loaded for another hour or two, however long it took, and saved myself another couple of hours. As long as you're not advancing a load, you can use personal conveyance. My particular company gives us 50 miles. I want to say that the DOT actually gives you 200 miles. And again, if I'm wrong, somebody please comment in the comments, correct me. I definitely don't want to be giving out wrong information. But I do know that our company does 50 miles, and the DOT, I want to say, is 100 or 200 miles, so whatever it is. But the point being is that one or two of those options would have definitely saved me time on my clock for today. Sorry, I'm smoking, my vape battery died. So when you guys are out here, if you can, just pay attention to that stuff. You want to save as much time on your clock as possible. If you can stay at a shipper receiver, do so. If you can find a truck stop that is close by to your pickup location, then do so. Don't start your clock early if you don't have to, because a lot of times you could be sitting and waiting and time is just clicking away and you burnt your time. Yeah, 14 hours. You can drive 11 of those 14 hours each day. I'm the type of person that likes to do recaps, which is if you only run 7, 8, 9 hours a day and you shut down, in 7 days you get your drive time back. So instead of having to do a 34-hour reset, I just do recaps. I don't like to sit. Now if I go to a cool place where I want to hang out and chill, then I'll go ahead and do a 34-hour reset. But the way that it works here with most drivers is that they get paid per mile. So if the truck's not moving, you're not making any money. So why do you want to sit there for a day, day and a half, not making any money? So if you shut down, 7, 8, 9 hours, you don't run out your full 11-hour clock. By the end of the week, you're still underneath your 70-hour, clock, and you don't have to do a reset, which comes in very handy. Another thing that I do is I always make sure that if I can, I always go on break. So if I show up to a shipper or receiver to go in there and turn paperwork in, boom, I'm on break. If I pull up to to get fuel and there's a line of trucks, boom, I go on break. When I'm getting fuel, I'm only on duty for 5-10 minute stops. I go back to break. I don't sit there the whole entire time fueling for 15-20 minutes, however long it takes you, burning my time away. I always go on break as much as I can. Load and unloading, 5 minutes. Boom, I'm on, I'm loading. Boom, I'm off. 5 minutes, I'm unloading. 5 minutes, I'm offloading. That's it. I want to save as much of my drive time as I can so I could plan ahead better, so I can make as much money as possible. Always make sure that you do your pre-trip inspection. That is very important to do. You don't want to go over a scale, find something wrong. I see a lot of truckers, they get in, they start their day, and they just drive. Minimum, I always do a walk around. Every single morning, I'll do a walk around in my truck, I'll check my lights. I personally check my fluids every other day. I don't necessarily do it every single day. I'm constantly checking this truck. I check my fluids and everything pretty regularly. I feel that I could do it every other day. It saves myself some time, again, without having to, or without burning up my clock and my time. Sorry, they're loading me in the back. So anyways, just wanted to pass along some information for you, a couple little tips that I've learned being out here. It is important to save as much of your time as you can for your clock. That way you can get on the road, you can drive more miles, you can make more money. The truck's sitting, you're not making as much money. I think the saying goes, the wheels are turning. I don't know, don't listen to me. So anyways guys, I appreciate you guys checking out my videos. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell if you want to. You'll get notified whenever I put new videos out. I'm trying to get back down to some warmer weather so I can do a couple other videos. I got some emails and messages about doing pre-trip inspection. People wanting to know about which GPS I use, which headset I use, some of the safety features in the truck, our easy pass, going over the scales without having to stop, our cameras. I have a whole list of videos that I do need to make. I did start this channel partly to try to help new drivers that are coming out into the industry. Now, I am a new driver for over the road, but I do have about 15 years experience driving tractor trailers, so I do have the knowledge as far as the driving and things like that, but I am a little bit newer to the actual over the road, dealing with shippers and receivers and things like that. But I will try my best to put out some videos. Please feel free to share to other you know, YouTubers or other truckers or friends that are coming out to the industry, give them a little bit of some knowledge. And again, I appreciate you guys checking me out. Oh, I think they're about ready for me, which is awesome. So again, thank you very much, guys. Drive safe out there. Look out for yourself and others. And until then, Trucker J is out.